We'll be coming down the road. It's Kevin Twist here, and it's the Tartan Army boys. We'll be in the Euros for the first time in absolutely donkeys, and it'll be my first Euro spectating. So hopefully a good time. Hopefully go through. We've got a special guest Lewis on today for the Scottish football this week. Hopefully there's a couple of these for the Euros, at least two. Hopefully get a round of 16 version. But yeah, let's get into this now. Alright guys, now let's move on to the actual part that you're here for. We're going to start with the Scotland section, we're going to move on to the England section, then move on to the rest of the Euros and that. So, stick around. We're going to start with our personal Scotland squads, then our personal England squads and that. So yeah, I'm going to start first before Lewis goes ahead of his own version of it. So I'm going to start with Craigie Gordon in goals. As much as Marshall deserves it, I'm just going to start the best keeper. Then with KT, Gallagher, and McSauce McTominay, you know. He's got to be my back three there. With Rob and O'Donnell as the wing backs. A solid midfield three of McGregor, McGinn, and that magic of David Turnbull. With Dykes and Che Adams, that front two, Che Adams playing off of Dykes, it's a great 11 in my my personal opinion. Maybe a bit different to the England one though, but
in my opinion, my Scotland lineup is David Marshall is in goal over Craig Gordon. I've got Grant Hartling at centre back over Gallagher. The midfield is the same, the rest of the defence is the same, and the strikers are the same, as they both deserve to start.
Yeah.
So does Nisbet as well.
There's some things you can disagree with, like Tykes out for Nisbet, maybe McGregor or Turnbull out for either Christie or Gilmore, or Don out for Patterson maybe in the future. Craigie or Marshall, so there's some things to debate. But now let's move on to the England 11 for each other. I've gone with a 5-back, you've gone with a 4-back, I can see.
I've gone with a 4-back.
You can start this time actually, let's make it vice versa.
I think as we both got Jordan Pickford in goal, but because Southgate does like Pickford,
yeah,
and he's
out from the back.
Pull of great saves in the original in the World Cup 2018. Right back, I've got Kyle Walker, and centre backs of John Stones and Ben White. Left back, Luke Shaw. Holding midfielder Declan Rice, and Mason Mount, probably the best English attacking midfielder this season.
No, he's a great player.
And then alongside him is Phil Foden, but he's going to be more advanced. Jack Grealish and Jadon Sancho on the wings, and Captain Harry Kane up front.
Similar in places to mine. I'm always a 5-2-3 is kind of my formation. With the striker being more of a centre forward, I've got Shaw left wing back, Trippier right wing back. Trippier's lucky enough to play with Musa. Connor Cody, Captain Fantastic for Wolves, of course. Stones, who's probably better for Ruben Diaz. But I'm with the centre back, right back for Man City, Walker. And with Pickford and goals, of course, who they agreed on. Mount, the best English midfielder. Rice, the traitor, in that holding role next to him. Harry Kane in that centre forward role, with Rashford and Sancho playing off of him with that winger position. Foden could easily be the left winger for me, but I'm thinking a Southgate way where I think he goes with Rashford, that moment of magic, because he has other versatile players in the squad like Saka and that he could easily bring on elsewhere and that.
Definitely.
But yeah, so let's move on to the rest of the Euros, from all the way from Group A to Group F. Well, a couple of our predictions for the groups, then we'll move on to our winners, the player of the tournament, the top goal scorer, and then we'll end it off with the dark horses. So prediction for Group A then. This group has Italy, Switzerland, Turkey, and Sheepshaggers Wales. So yeah, I think Italy will finish top. I think we can both agree on that.
Definitely.
And then I think we both agree on I think we agree on this whole group, to be honest. Turkey second.
The same group. We
Potential
said the same,
dark horse.
Switzerland third.
Yeah, Switzerland third and Wales bottom. Sorry, Welsh fans.
Not sorry at all.
And then Group B, I think we're the exact same on this as well. Belgium,
Exact same on
Denmark, potential dark horses. Like, they could easily get some of that midfield free. But we'll talk about that a bit later. Finland in the first ever tournament, I see them finishing fourth, and Russia getting third. I think we're the same there, aren't we?
It's the exact same, yeah.
Yeah, and then Group C, I think we're also the same for this, maybe. Can obviously see maybe a bit of a difference eventually, depending how you interpret it if you're watching this. I see Netherlands top, Ukraine second, Austria third, could maybe get second, but I see Ukraine, as they had such a good qualifying campaign, continuing that momentum, and North Macedonia sadly finishing fourth.
I see this a slight bit different. We're obviously North Macedonia went in the group.
Oh yeah,
Netherlands
sorry,
finishing
wrong way
fourth.
around.
Yeah, you moved it. I'm joking. Netherlands
Yeah.
first, Ukraine second, Austria third, but will win their first tournament game in 30 plus years. And then
Big
North
that.
Macedonia last.
And then we move on to the group where Scotland's winning it. Oh well, just may as well skip that one.
Yeah,
On to Group D. It has England, Scotland, Czech Republic, and Croatia. Where I see England topping it, going out in the next round, hopefully. Scotland finishing second over an aging Croatia side. I do think it will be Scotland third, Croatia second. But my heart tells me another thing, but my brain tells me another. So I say Scotland second, Croatia third, and Czech Republic fourth.
And again, similar, but this time I've got my brain says Croatia will win the group.
You sure that's what you want to happen, just because you don't face like a France or Portugal?
That's also what the heart says. England win every game in the tournament and find it easy. saying goodbye to France or Portugal in the round of 16. And then Scotland third, Czech Republic fourth.
Yeah, and then on to Group E. I think this is where we have a couple of differences. Again, you've got Poland, Slovakia, Spain, and Sweden in it. Yeah, I think on paper a lot of the things are quite easy, just to be like, yeah, it's not much differences. But I think Spain will top it. Sweden are a dark horse personally for me. There's a very well balanced side even without Zlatan. Then Poland in third, because I think they have a couple key players all over, but they have a couple maybe not so elite players in certain areas that make it a bit uneven. And then Slovakia bottom.
I contrast to that. I think Spain top, Slovakia bottom. I have Poland because I believe Lewandowski will be able to. The firepower they've got with Lewandowski Millet will jug them up.
He should win the Ballon d'Or, by the way. Anyone saying Kante Ballon d'Or over Lewandowski? Idiots. I'm sorry.
It's true.
One Champions League doesn't change anything.
As much as I'd like to see him win it, it's Lewandowski's.
And then on to probably the most fun group, we've got to say.
The exciting one.
Yeah, the one where we have three teams that are known for being powerhouses, France, Portugal and Hungary. Honestly, Germany's obviously in there. Under a rebuild though, so I see it being France top, Portugal in that second, Germany in third, and Hungary in fourth.
And obviously you've mirrored that group, because Hungary are winning it.
Someone's got to doubt them.
France, so it's exactly the same for me with France win it.
Yeah, I think we've got to continue with this France talk, because we're going to go on to the winners. And I think do we both agree on this? France winning it, getting the World Cup, and then the Euros. It happens a couple of times, you got that good Spain squad that done it and all that. There's a couple other nations that have done it as well. But yeah, I see it happening because there's a couple. I think it's a handful. I remember seeing it on some Insta page or something. It's usually all the top nations, of course.
Yeah.
But even look at the France youth teams. They are insane. The fact that they can leave off someone like a Camavinga at home, that's mind blowing.
But obviously Camavinga will become a starter.
Yeah.
Very soon.
And then we've got to move on to our player of the tournament. plus top goal scorer. My player of the tournament is French, and it's Kylian Mbappe. I see him getting in with the goals, in with the assists, being the star man for France, maybe. I mean, it's debatable, you've got such key players in that side, you can see that going in any direction. But then my top goal scorer, you can't stop the shine. It's Romelu Lukaku.
I believe that the player of the tournament will be French, but will not be Mbappe.
Oh,
I'm going to go brave and say Paul Pogba.
Graham Souness is going to come for you.
Bring it on, mate.
And who's your top goal scorer going to be?
As much as I want to say it's coming home and Harry Kane.
Chelly's better.
Debatable, isn't it?
Yeah, Chelly's all the way. So who's your
Where's
top goal
his
scorer
golden
then?
boot?
It's incoming. Yeah, you just can't stop the shining, can you? And then
Can't stop him.
it's a bit of a debatable this one because I think off of air we decided there was maybe 3 nations, 2 or 3, and we listed 3 of Denmark, Turkey, and the one I added, Sweden. And Sweden's the one I'm going to do because you picked one of the other nations, so I decided to make it a little bit different. Because Sweden's a very balanced team, and then you've got someone like Isaac and Lawson, those two being able to lead the line of the 2 great seasons respectively. So it'll be very interesting to see how that works. There's a couple more experienced players. You've got that centre back boy, can't mind his name, but then you also have a Lustig. You got people
Janssen.
that. Not Janssen, it was another boy, Grajfits or something.
Oh yeah, I know who you mean now.
He's 70 odd rated on FIFA. Usually, he's he's that kind of guy.
Sweden depends as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think he's on free agent FIFA at the moment or something like that. I know that.
Look at on free agents then.
Yeah, Del Pino and Ali Gabar's back, guys. You don't mind that there's 2 players to sign for your career modes right there. All right, and then of course, then your dark horses, who I think will probably be the best dark horses, but you got to admit the content.
You're gonna make it interesting. I think Turkey will.
It's an exceptional front line, you've got to admit, for them.
Yazici, Yilmaz.
And that defence as well.
Ball specialist in Çalhanoğlu on the defence. So we've got Kabak, Soyuncu, and Demiral.
Demiral, I think quite underrated to be honest. I've seen a lot of people mention Kabak and Soyuncu, but I think Demiral is a very much a player that's been under the radar when people have been talking about dark horses. There's a couple of players, that you've got a couple of players in that attack that actually played together in Yilmaz and Yazici, maybe. I don't know how you pronounce it. Sorry if I've butchered that, but
can someone teach us?
Yeah, they 2 play together for 40 odd games, 50 games a season at Lille, so they've got that connection, the Turkish connection. They play together in club profession. They're playing together in the national team, so they're linking up well. Yes, you've got to see maybe they get a decent amount of goals between each other. And then Çalhanoğlu, he speaks for himself with some of the stuff he does on the ball. Yeah, so hopefully we're back for a second episode together when hopefully at least Scotland go through.
If it's just Scotland going through, I will not be showing up. You have to find someone else.
Yeah, I'll find someone else just in case. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.